Are you struggling to install the FancyImpute library on your Windows system? You're not alone. Today, we're going to tackle this common issue and get you back on track with your data science projects. I totally understand how frustrating it can be when you encounter installation errors. It can feel like you're hitting a brick wall, especially when you're eager to dive into your work. But don't worry, we're here to solve this together. Here's the situation. One user reached out saying they tried to install FancyImpute using Anaconda and received a module not found error message. They attempted several commands, including installing dependencies, but nothing seemed to work. Sound familiar? Let's break it down. So, what could be causing this issue? It often boils down to missing dependencies or conflicts between Python versions. We'll walk through the steps to ensure everything is set up correctly. And stick around. I have a crucial tip at the end that will help you avoid these installation headaches in the future. To begin resolving the user's issue, we need to ensure that the Anaconda environment is set up correctly. First, the user should open the Anaconda navigator. Next, the user should create a new environment specifically for their project. This helps to avoid conflicts with other packages. After creating the environment, the user should activate it. This can be done by selecting the environment and clicking on the play button, then choosing Open with Terminal. Now, the user can install the FancyImpute library along with its dependencies. They should run the following commands in the terminal. Finally, the user should verify the installation by launching Spider from the Anaconda navigator and checking if the library is recognized. Fun fact, did you know that the name FancyImpute comes from the idea of fancy imputation methods in data science? It's all about filling in the gaps in your data. Now, let's look at the answers provided by other users. An alternative solution from another user suggests installing the dependent libraries using Conda to successfully install FancyImpute. They specifically mention installing ecos and CVX-canon first, and then FancyImpute. Now, let's dive into a different answer from another user. One user found success by first installing the Visual Studio Build tools, which requires about 3 gigabytes of disk space. After installation, they recommended restarting the computer. Next, they suggested using the Anaconda prompt to run several commands. First, update all packages, then create a new environment with Python 3.6 and activate it. After that, install the necessary packages like ecos, CVX-canon, and SCS, followed by the FancyImpute library using pip. If you encounter any errors related to wrapped, check the provided GitHub link for solutions. Finally, you may need to reinstall Sklern and Giblib libraries. Let's take a look at another answer from another user. An alternative solution from another user suggests downloading the FancyImpute package as a tar.gz file. They recommend using the command pip install FancyImpute-0.04.tar.gz to install it after downloading. That's all for that response. Let's see what someone else had to say. For those struggling with the installation of FancyImpute, here's an alternative approach. First, install the ecos package using Conda. Then, download the build wheels for SCS and CVXPY from the provided links. Navigate to your Downloads folder in the Anaconda prompt and run the pip install commands for both wheels. Finally, you can install FancyImpute successfully. Now, let's dive into a different answer from another user. One user found success by following a solution from another thread. They were previously encountering an error stating that Microsoft Visual C++ 14.0 was required. The link to the solution is provided for reference. Here's the tip I promised. Always keep your Anaconda environment updated. Regular updates can prevent many installation issues and keep your libraries running smoothly. And there you have it. You should now be able to install FancyImpute without any issues. Remember, keeping your environment updated is key. If you found this video helpful, please subscribe for more troubleshooting tips and tricks.